What's going on, guys? I wanted to come on here today and I wanted to talk to you guys about something that's so important, something that I struggled with so much when I was younger, and I've even struggled with it into my adult life. And it's so important to understand this because it will literally change your life for the better, and you will be so much more successful if you change your way of thinking when it comes to these kinds of things. Okay? And I'm only speaking from personal experience. Okay, this isn't something that I'm doing a ton of research on. This is something that's been in me and I've lived through it. Okay, so just bear with me here and I'm going to explain to you guys why it's so important that you understand this. So, one of the biggest things that I struggled with in my life is self-limiting beliefs. I never really thought that I was going to be that successful in life. And maybe that's just the way I grew up. Maybe it's just things that have happened in my life that have made me think that. I don't know. Okay, but what I do know is that it took me many, many years to actually believe that I was going to be successful, that I was going to make a pretty decent amount of money, and that I was actually pretty good at what I did. And the biggest self-limiting belief that I put on myself was a lack of confidence. Okay, I looked at other people around me. I always compare myself to other people, and I said, well, they just have something that I don't. And I was right, because the thing that they had that I didn't was confidence. It wasn't looks. Okay, it wasn't the right clothes. It wasn't the right apartment or any of that shit. It was confidence. That was the only differing thing between me and that other person. And I think that it's one of the biggest issues that I see with a lot of guys, like younger guys and older guys, is that they just don't have a lot of confidence right now. But I'm telling you, your self-limiting beliefs are going to keep you from ever being successful in life. And I know this from personal experience because I spent so many years not thinking that I was good enough, not thinking I was good enough for my business, not thinking I was good enough to, have good relationships, not thinking I was good enough to live in a nice place. Okay, I never really understood that it wasn't something that somebody could give me. Somebody couldn't tell me that I was doing. Like, people could tell me all day long, you're the greatest, you're doing great, you're doing great. But if I didn't have that self-belief, that internal confidence that I was doing well for myself, then I was never going to be successful in anything. And what I started to realize over the years is that it wasn't something that, like I said, somebody couldn't just give it to me. I had to learn it on my own. I had to really believe in myself so strongly that I was doing the right thing. And now I'm at the point where I do things because I want to do them, and I know that I'm doing the right thing because it works for me. And I'm not saying that you guys should do what I'm doing. All I'm saying is that this took years and years to get to this point. Like, even making this video right now, okay? I don't like talking to the camera for, 20 minutes, okay? It's hard to come up with thoughts, but it's going to get better over time, obviously, because I'm just starting out. But I'm doing the best I can to try and get this information across, to try to get this message across so that it makes sense to you guys. And I'm not polishing these videos. I'm not even putting a thumbnail. I'm literally just putting captions and just pressing record. That's it. That's all I'm doing. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just standing here in my apartment talking. Because I don't want you guys to think that I'm any better than you. Okay? I'm not anything special. I'm just a guy that decided to take a risk. Okay, I took a risk when I started my business. I took a risk when I started recording content, because this isn't the first time I recorded content either. I've recorded content a bunch of times, but I just never stayed consistent. So now my goal is to stay consistent. So I'm making these videos because I see a younger generation that's not very confident in the future, and they're not very confident in their own abilities. And I know that it's hard because there's so much going on in the world, and it's hard to not compare yourself to other people. But just understand that as long as you have a strong self-belief in what you're doing, whatever it is that you want to do. Okay, if you want to start a business, if you want to go talk to a girl, if you want to post on social media, whatever it is you want to do, just have conviction and have self-belief that you are doing the right thing. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time. But build those reps and build the confidence. Like, confidence is built. You're not born with it. So you have to build it up, and you have to continue to do the work every single day. You have to continue to put the reps in every single day, and that's how you build confidence. But you'll get to a point where you're like, man, I'm actually doing pretty fucking good for myself. And I know it's hard to give ourselves credit, because I know for me personally, I'm very hard on myself. I'm trying to, build a business, and I'm trying to take care of my clients, and I'm trying to, because I run a mobile detailing business. So that's the business that I'm talking about when I refer to business. I'm obviously doing content now, and that's something separate, but my main business, the way I've made income for the last almost 7 years, has been my mobile detailing business. So if you hear me talk about that, that's what I'm referring to. But anyways, I just want you guys to have a easier time as you get older. Because I know for me, I really, really struggled, and it was really hard growing up. And in my early 20s, and even up until a few years ago, it was really hard because I just didn't think I was doing that great. Honestly, everybody around me was telling me I was doing great, but I didn't really think I was doing that great. And then it kind of hit me over the last few years, and I was like, man, I'm actually doing pretty good. And then I just kept raising the bar, and now I'm at the point where I'm doing some different things that are helping really reassure myself that I'm doing the right thing. And it just takes time to get to that point. And I'm not trying to tell you guys that I know everything and that I'm perfect. I'm just trying to tell you guys what I've learned from my own lived experience, 32 years. So if you can take anything away from this video, it's just have so much confidence in yourself that people around you think you're crazy. People around you think that, it's actually, let me take that back. Don't even worry about what people think, to be completely honest. Don't even worry about it. If you want to do something, then just do it. Okay? Just do it. Because at the end of the day, it's your life. So don't worry about, I see people all the time, and they're so wrapped up in the haters and stuff like that. And it's like, why do you care? Why do you care? They spend time worrying about these people. They spend time worrying about people that are saying negative things about them, or saying negative things about their business or whatever. And it's like, why do you give a shit? Why do you care what your competition thinks? Why do you care what all these other people think? Focus on yourself. Focus on what you can control, and focus on the things that are going to make you successful. Okay? And focusing on all these negative things are not going to help you at all. You need to focus on only the things that you can control, only the positive things in your life, and only the things that are going to move the needle. But anything else doesn't matter. Okay? It doesn't matter. Because there's always going to be people that are going to say negative shit. But you just have to understand that they don't matter in the grand scheme of things. Just live your life and do what it is that you want to do. Whatever it is. Don't let anybody tell you different. Okay? Not everybody's going to agree with the things that I talk about in my videos. That's fine. I'm not here to please everybody. I'm here to give my own shared experience and give you guys common sense strategies to have an easier and better life. Okay? I never said I was perfect. I never said that I know everything. I mean, do you see in any of my bios on social media, oh, Robert Chiafalo is the leading men's self-development guru? It's like, no. I'm just a guy that has a lot of different perspectives on life, and I decided to start making content. And if it helps people along the way, then that's great. That's honestly the only reason why I'm doing this. And I only want the best for you guys. That's literally all I want. And I'm not gonna sit here and ever bullshit you guys. Seriously. So I just wanted to tell you that because it's so important that you have that self-belief. It's so important that you have internal confidence. Okay, don't ever let anybody take that away from you, because it's literally your lifeline. Having more confidence is going to help you in every area of your life. And if you know what, if you already have confidence and what I'm telling you is going in one ear and coming out the other, then great. Then don't even worry about it. Then you're fine. But I think what happens is people say that they have confidence, that they say they're confident, but I think they're more dependent on their perception, or people's perception of them. They're more worried about what people think about them than they are about how they think about themselves. And when you can separate yourself from what people think about you, you can detach yourself from the outcomes of anything, I promise you, you're going to see that you're going to be so much more aligned with who you are as a person. Okay? And it takes time to get to that point. But that's why I'm telling you guys these things, because I want you to learn it and understand it as quickly as possible, because it will absolutely change your life. So that's all I got for you guys. I'm about to head to the gym, but I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you soon, okay?